Oh hey Internet, welcome back to Dungeon Fighter Online on the Type QQ Gaming channel. We are just over 15, level 15, over the age of 15, under the education level of 15. But we are looking at taking our first subclass advancement sort of quest. Type QQ, you have the potential of becoming anything. The advancement helps you choose one that best suits you. By advancing your new class, you can unlock more technical and powerful skills. If you're interested in advancing yourself, don't hesitate to come to me. I'll help you awaken your latent abilities. And as we stand in front of her, just looking at her going, really? You want me to come back to you? That was the quest? So again, Crusader, Inquisitor, Shaman, and Mistress. I think we've gone over it a bazillion times, but Inquisitor is the way we're going to go. You want to follow God's law? Then I recommend the path of the Inquisitor. Inquisitors follow his law to the letter and expect everyone else to do the same. Those who don't are punished severely. They don't care about honor or wealth. Their sole purpose of life is to find heretics in mete out the appropriate punishment. And meter out, maybe? I don't know. Never heard that phrase before. And dish out appropriate punishment. How about that? Inquisitors are pure at heart, so pure they are committed themselves to the values that they believe to be absolute. They're not always welcomed by others because they tend to seem as severe and inconsiderate. Some even consider them religious fanatics. Do you think you can keep a balance between you and your faith and reality? Then prove it by eliminating Dark Troll Shibuka, a powerful monster that has survived the terrible effects of the Great Metastasis. A lot of people have a problem with this. Sometimes they think you're a religious fanatic. So to test it, go kill this thing. That's the only way. That's the only way you can become an Inquisitor, by smashing this thing until it no longer moves. But whatever it takes. But so far, I've been really enjoying this series. I don't think the series has particularly turned out the sort of popularity I really suspected. To be honest, I think the poll that was shared on Twitter was a bit compromised. I think I worded it incorrectly, as in if it was shared on anyone's channel, it may have just come across as that channel asking the question, and that's where I think a lot of it came through. I mean, I don't blame my friends for sharing it, but when it was shared, the question was, do you want to see this on my channel? And I think a few people were fooled to think whoever shared it was asking the question about their channel. So I don't think I got an accurate number of yes or no's when it came to the Type QQ channel, and thusly I think I'm getting a little conflicting numbers as well. But it hasn't been bad or anything. It's been very lukewarm. I mean, maybe time will tell. So I'm willing to put up 5 or so episodes. Just and then kind of reevaluate things to see how things work out. I think we played the full length of Chimera at 10 episodes, so there's really no sense to take it that far if it's not going to be nearly as popular. I mean, we can probably put 50 episodes into this. This game is very, very long, especially if we're just breaking it up into half-hour increments, We're not even out of the tutorial levels, really. I mean, granted, we're advancing our class, but that's yeah, that's not a terribly important thing in the first levels, you know, or a terribly hard thing, you know. So here's Shibuka, R.I.P. Good, Type QQ. You have chosen the way of the Inquisitor. From now on, battle axes and heavy armor will move more easily. Ramo blammo. Looks like we have to get out of here and talk to her some more. Just a flood of event stuff, but yeah, using the dissembler to just kind of recycle some of the junky loot that we picked up during that level, just to kind of clean out our inventory, you know. Type QQ, now you have advanced, you need a new weapon and armor. I have a weapon and armor perfect for you. I'm gonna kind of skim by that real quick. Excuse me, I'm already losing my voice. I hope you'll like this. Type QQ, Vitala told me you're heading to Ringwood Underground Penitentiary to exterminate Eme. This is great. I've wanted to understand how the grudges of prisoners take form and come to life. If you exterminate the tombstone, would you bring a chunk of it? Will you bring me a chunk of it? This guy sure loves to experiment on once living matter. But here we are, we got a bunch of new gear. Set of sort of basic heavy armor with a pretty decent axe. However, the axe is far shittier than the sort of event cross that we have. So it's really not in our advantage to use the cross if we're going to be able to, you know, wield a axe better. So we may come across having to fix that in the future. Here we are with our stats, and our new stats at that. Kind of a cool little tree. It's a little bit. It looks like a little bit of everything, from even some like healing spells and some magic spells there on the right, as well as just combat skills. So some of the stuff that we saw that the like the mistress could use and stuff like that, the Inquisitor can use as well. But we may just kind of focus on combat, you know. I mean, it's highly possible that like all the female priests kind of pool into the same skills, and just your passives kind of determine where you should really put your skill points. But yeah, those who follow me or check up on me on Twitter have probably checked up a update where I said I was coming down with something. It unfortunately is the case. I'm not sure what the fuck I have, but as of like yesterday afternoon, my throat got like really scratchy, really sore. Kind of crept up into my nose. Now I have kind of like a congested, runny nose. And even I had something of like a little fever before I took some cold medicine for it. But yeah, that was kind of the reason why we didn't have a whole lot of videos published yesterday, and maybe won't have too many in the coming days until I feel better. I mean, I can already tell that I'm like losing my voice doing this one, and this one's probably one of my more heavier talking ones, where I'm gonna do my best to read all the lore and text and stuff that's spoken. But I figure, one video a day, or at least one good effort a day, whether that's a bunch of tinier videos or one big video, or really, or just help play by ear. If I feel good, I'll put out some videos. If I don't, it may just be one video. That sort of thing. Battleaxe mastery. We certainly want to level that up as soon as we can get to it. But that castigating castigating wallop, or whatever it's called, it is a pretty awesome move. It's that it's like a flipping leap forward with a axe attack after, like an axe smash, and you can perform that on the ground or mid jump. So it's pretty awesome. So I think really to no surprise, we're just sticking with our left side of the screen. Despite the just the amount of extra skill points, I think a lot of that stuff we're not going to necessarily need, or not going to be that beneficial to us if we don't necessarily focus on MP and spirit, that sort of thing. So, like I was saying, to kind of fix what we were going to, our problem of wielding some awesome cross, we're going to kind of go through the shop. And this is kind of a cool little feature where you can kind of check out all the sort of gear other people have found that they have up for sale for in-game gold. We did find a really nice battle axe that is, level 15? However, it costs a bit of money that we don't have. We are looking at our account vault, which is a that crosses all our characters. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cheese the system. We need about 200k, which is kind of small, just chump change for other characters. So we're going to skip over to my level 87 character, my creator. We're not going to bother checking out a bunch of stuff with her right now, or ever, really. We're just going to send some money to the female priest. From her big sister Plexia here, who's sitting at 7.5 million gold. The hell, what the hell is she going to care about 200k? And there we are, a little bit richer after cheesing the system, I suppose, breaking the reality of it all. And this is a bit of a shame too, where I was like, oh cool, I can get this event axe that sort of grows with the character, but it's for the male priest. I wonder if I misclicked the wrong thing, or that box was never made for female priest. So, shit on that. That sucked. So, throw that into the void. Alright, so let's go buy that Halidom Battle Axe of Kelpie. Okay. It doesn't look all that great, but I bet it's going to be pretty awesome. It is actually still a little worse than the cross, but it did have all those bonuses to all our skills. So I think in the long run, because all those passive buffs on our skills, I think it's probably the better way to go. And so far, we've like crossed the halfway point, and we really haven't done a whole lot of this in this video. But that's sometimes the case where you know, you have missions in town that you kind of have to fight through and do all that stuff. You know, and you know the housekeeping. You know. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do with the event thing, but that's going to expire in like a day's time anyway, so who cares? On to our next mission, I suppose, with our new axe and heavy armor. And our new skills, for that matter, as well. And even if you can tell, and even if this axe is, there's that wallop move, and even if this axe is slightly worse than the cross, it's still far better than required, really. It's you again. You've come to take the punishment meted out by the King of Darkness. What a shame. If only we met 1,000 years earlier. I guess this is who he is. And there we go. One-hit KO with our awesome axe, and then brought us over the brink of leveling up to level 16. I've seen several types of living armor, but he's the only one capable of such fluid movement. His flow of mana is smooth too, for someone who is not born a spirit but given life and form after haunting abandoned armor for a long time. He possesses some impressive power. You sure? I never thought this part could move this way. He's so interesting that I'd love to collect a sample of each and every part of his body. Oh, I forgot to bring a reagent. Then I can pulverize his pieces into... Looking at Morgan, he forgot the purpose of... In a fit of excitement, Darklex speaks brokenly about some human females that went into the deepest part of Abnova in pursuit of something that have been driving the spirits insane. After making Darklex promise never to harm people again, I drag Morgan back to Silvercrown before he completely dismantles him. The director of the women Darklex gave you matches what the spirits told me. The women went past murky Glassfay and entered Ringwood Penitentiary in the Wasteland. Did you know that the place once belonged to the Empire? The Empire lost it in the war long before the great metastasis, but its traces still remain, and one of them is Ringwood Penitentiary. It held dissonance of the Empire, and its treatment of its prisoners was infamous. Now haunted by the angry spirits of its victims, it's dreaded even by the spirits of darkness. When I took office in this place, I sealed the place off, but the seal must have been broken by whoever responsible for the maddening phenomenon of the spirits. I need to talk to Phileas, the young leader of the fairy world. He can help us address the situation. While I talk to Phileas, could you go to Ringwood Penitentiary and look for the female adventuress? But whatever happens, don't go down to the basement. No one knows what lurks in there. At least 20-25 years of cobwebs. Like everyone's basement, pretty much. We need materials. Yeah, if you're really going to do this type of queue, I hope you'll learn something while you're in the Forgotten Forest. So a couple more title quests there. To repair the Pinnacle of Fairies. Frankly, I don't know how Emma had grown strong enough to control Phileas, a ruler of the fairy world. You felt the energy of the Black Nightmare from Emma, which can mean Emma also attacked, who also was attacked by the Black Nightmare. If so, did it gain power from the Black Nightmare? Isn't there a way to find out what happened to Emma? I looked and I found only one sentence of its existence in the old tomb Morgan has. Maybe the old spirits. Are you still going out there? The spirits will want to test you, I know. But I'll send word to the owners of the forest anyway. I don't know how much effect the request would have on them, but I would... Man, I'm having a tough time. Maybe I shouldn't have thought this was a good idea. Well, I feel pretty shitty. I feel pretty sick. Let's read a bunch of stuff. But hopefully that was the chunk of dialogue I had to power through. And they have a really weird way of just like giving a lot of attention to some weird pronouns over and over and over. And they can't just kind of like assume you know what they're talking about. It's always it's never, the event that got us this way. It's always the great metastasis. And we always have to speak to people in their formal names, It's just like sort of choking you with these specific pronouns all the time. But it is a nice kind of little thing that they've been doing or have done, acknowledging the game when it was under the development or publication of Nexon, and they've created this sort of event that's destroyed that world. So it's almost like as if there was a game laying on top of another game. There's a world that's laying over the ruins of another. So it wasn't like they, completely swept it under the rug, but maybe literally, there's the game that lies underneath the game, in its broken ruins, and within its history. Yeah, that attack is awesome. Geez, they won't stop coming. Hey, who are you? Are you, with these crazy spirits? I was asked to come in and find some reckless adventurers. You must be one of them, I presume. Are you from Silver Crown? I'm sorry to make you come all this way here, but I can't leave. My friend is still here, and I'm not leaving without her. I guess I'm not the only one who can enter a boss room and just take him down in one hit. I'll help you rescue your colleague, but we should find out a way. Get out of here now. We can't save her without knowing the exact structure of the prison. I think you're right. All right, let's get out of here. Get out of here, Greenhorn. Greenhorn? What the hell's that? You two met. I'm glad. Are you hurt? You're not hurt, are you? Don't worry about me. By the way, what's a prison for? All the spirits in here are not sane at all. Spirits don't usually go there, but I'm afraid some powerful entity might have manipulated their minds into coming to the penitentiary. I must contact Phileas, but I can't find him. Phileas, I've heard that name while I was in prison. Isn't he insane too? No way, he's the Prince of Fairy World. He wouldn't succumb to some other's influence. Let's go check. We have to find the other adventurer anyway. Alright, let's split up and look for him. Whoever finds that fairy prince Phileas, something, something, something. Whoever finds the Prince Phileas will give Type QQ some more cold medicine. Tell him to go to Rite Aid or CVS and buy more cough syrup. That's all we need. Go and get more component pieces to bring back to that dude that makes potions and make me a cold remedy potion. Alright. Diving back in. Now I think you're going to see that we're going to be spending not a lot of time, but we're going to be spending some time in the auction house, buying gear and weapons. You certainly can find gear in the dungeons, but in my experience, very rarely do you find decent stuff, or at least with as many classes that are out there, and then with some classes preferring some equipment, it's going to be tough for you to be like, wow. A really nice battleaxe, has dropped for the female priest. Wow. Sometimes, you get some nunchucks for a different class or a gun for a different class. And then you go into the auction house. Sell the gear you don't need. You're late, Greenhorn. I was about to crush him to death. Hey, kid. Where are you hiding my friend? Don't worry about her. She'll be reborn as the Thrall of Emmaus. She'll be part of the mission to make this world his. How'd you like to join her? You must be really desperate for friends. Sorry, but we're not interested in little kids like you. Why don't I knock some sense into you? Oh, you fools! I won't let you disturb Emme's rest. And another one-hit kill. Ferris, we better get out of here. His mind is more polluted than the other spirits. I don't think he'll let his hostage go easily. Let's go back to Silver Crown and think of a different way. You're alright. I must be getting soft. Oh no, even Phileas fell victim. If Phileas can't resist the evil influence, then those spirit kings whom you have helped to come back to their senses can lose their will at any time. Morgan, the situation is grave. Can we bring Phileas back? I regret to say that it's not possible. To him, any external interference, is deadly. And as leader of the fairy world, his spirituality purity affects his life. It's better that we send him back to the fairy world in mono form, so that a new ruler can be born to replace him. Yeah, let his body rot. Fuck him. I see. If Phileas didn't lose his mind, he wouldn't have tolerated anyone who taints his world with evil, even if that person is himself. Moreover, there will be bigger problems if we let him continue to block the path to the basement. Adventurer, Phileas has devoted himself for the peace of the fairy world. Please do not let him betray himself anymore. Make sure he's dead. Cut his head off. It's so kind of funny how they're like, is there any way we should save him? Or, whatever? Nah, he's better off dead. We've locked everyone else in ice cubes, but did you hear Pugin was looking for you? He has prepared a training center for you to test your skills and abilities. He is at the Master Guild at Underfoot area. Go visit him. Kill him if you must. We were locking everyone else in ice cubes. And this guy's like, oh, he's fucking dead. Who cares? Let his body rot and feed the rats in the prison. Thank you. Thanks to you, Silver Crown is now safe, and all the villagers are happy.
대전이의 영향을 가장 많이 받아 녹아내리고 파괴되어 죽음의 땅으로 변모하였다. 이런 곳에서도 인간들은 살아간다. 실로 강인한 생명력. 이것이야말로 인간들의 가장 무서운 점일 것이다.
Alright, so that's gonna introduce us to the new area we're just about ready to go to. I think we're gonna finish up the one or two missions we had in this area, and then we'll move over there. First, it looks like we're gonna bum through our skills. Now that we're level 17, it goes quick, that's for sure. Yep, level 17. It'll slow down, but yeah, at this moment it's awfully speedy. So yeah, there's still the Phileas's broken cores that we need to go and do. But I think that's going to be saved for another video. Just going to break down all this. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and play some more Dungeon Fighter Online in the future.